Model T, of course, is a replica. It's not the real McCoy. It's a kit car that I saw when I was in my 30s. I always thought I'm going to have one of those one day, and the opportunity came, and I bought the kit and put it together myself. A kit car it's usually a replica of a famous car, or one that was produced many years ago. This is like I say, a 1927 Model T, and if you were to go out and look for a real McCoy 1927 Model T, you probably couldn't find one. Of course, I didn't do all the work. I could not rebuild the engine because I don't have the tools to do that, but I did everything else. I got the the kit in approximately July the 1st of 14, and about July of 17 I had it finished. The process was to get the body mounted to the frame, get the front axle square with the rear axle, and then put your motor and transmission in. I grew up in Kansas, where this type of machine was raced on a dirt track every Friday night in some little town around Topeka, Kansas. So I used to race one just like this when I was a kid. Kit cars, they recommend an engine that you put in it. In other words, the frame and body will accept an engine of that type, and their recommendation, of course. But I didn't go that way. I chose to put a straight axle on it. As you can see, it's a 4-inch dropped axle. It has what they call hot rod steering on it. In other words, it's a reversed Corvair box with the steering on the outside. Like I say, a 4-cylinder Ford Pinto engine. It's a 1979. I had it rebuilt. Let me pop the hood here. The company that I bought the kit from recommended an automatic transmission. I do not have an automatic transmission. It's a standard transmission. It's you look at this right here and you think, oh, that's an Offenhauser. Well, no, it's not, because they're hard to find. Nothing on it is power. It has manual braking, manual starting, manual steering. In the early 40s and 50s, if you had a car to go race on the quarter-mile dirt track, and it had a track nose on it, you were a rich man. The average speed on a quarter-mile dirt track in Kansas in the 1950s, the maximum speed they would reach would probably be 45 to 55 mile an hour. I used to spend hours out here when I was building this, and I've restored probably 10 cars in my lifetime, and right now I've pretty much got everything done. This is my latest project right here. It's a 1947 Ford Super Deluxe sedan coupe, and it's exactly like the first car I ever owned in my life. It's fair to say when you get in your 80s like I am, why you don't have the punch that you used to, but I will always accept a challenge to fix a car.